Hi, doing the thing at the moment, so Paranormal 5, just a short one. I'll say short, but it doesn't go very short, does it? That's me. Anyway, this experience, I was doing a course, IT course for something to do. Just over there in town at a local college called Runshaw College. Done a couple of weeks, just one day a week, but did a couple of weeks. The teacher we had was a youngish woman, early 30s, I'd say. I'm assuming early 30s, and about blonde hair, shortish, la-di-da-di-da. We had each week. It was a good course. I think it was on a Thursday. I woke up on the Thursday. It started round about 9 o'clock, I believe. So I was up early-ish. I think it was about 7 in the morning, something. Again, strange enough, I was sitting in this position, different seat, but I was sitting here. I'd probably had a cup of coffee or something, or going to get round to one. And I saw this woman, and it was strange because I was looking at her, and at this time, like if you'd seen other videos of mine, where the long, slim, sort of gowny type dress and that, but was nothing like that. This time, there's maybe a reason for that, which you'll probably figure. I saw her there, and it was my teacher, and I thought, 7 o'clock in the morning, why the hell am I seeing my teacher? It wasn't even, if you look at it as a thought pattern, it wasn't a situation where I thought, woo, I really fancy my teacher, so she's going to come to mind at any time of the day. It wasn't that at all. But I saw her standing there, but she was standing where she probably would for the class, and she was leaning forward, and she was doing this because that's where she would get all the bits of papers from us and put them into order and sort them out and everything, and she was doing this. And I was thinking, why the hell am I seeing her? She ain't crossed over or anything. Why am I seeing her? So I totally put it out of my mind. Probably a cup of coffee or something, sitting here, and all of a sudden she's back again. And this time, this is strange, this time she was there twice, and she was stood next to herself. She was doing this, and she was stood on this side of her, and she had her arm like that over her bent shoulder. This one's bent shoulder, she had her arm round her shoulders like that. And I thought to myself, why the heck am I seeing her twice? I'm seeing her twice there with herself. I couldn't understand it. Now, the funny thing is, if I have a spirit come to me with a message or something, if I go, oh yeah, that's fine, okay. If I go, not too flippy sure about that, they'll go away and they'll come back again. Usually 3 times they'll do it. And yeah, I sort of thought, oh, this is a blooming message for her. It's got to be a message for her. I don't want to do this. The other one I spoke of was a friend and a sister. This one was a stranger, apart from a couple of weeks at college. No. I'm going to look a dickhead going to a stranger. So, went away, came back again. Same thing. I was looking at them, and the only difference I knew that it looked like her, but the person this side, as she stood up, the person this side looked a little bit taller than her. So I noticed that. And the third time I thought, all right, I'll go and speak to her. And like I said, at this time, like I said in the last one, I was getting that hum through the body. So okay, I'll pluck up courage somehow and then have a word with her, because you don't know what person's reaction's going to be. Anyway, later that, couple of hours later, went into town to the college. Saw some of the other students there. Hey, good day. One come up and said, hey, we got a different teacher this week. Oh, why is that? No, she wasn't dead. Said, oh, she's not coming in this week. She's gone to the funeral of her sister. And that's when it hit me. I thought, that's what it's all about, a sister. And I realised that a sister was sort of more or less saying to me, look, my sister's gone to the funeral today. I'll be there, I'll be comforting her, I'll have my arm round her, I love her, things are fine, that sort of thing. Anyway, I couldn't do anything because she was not there, she was at the funeral. Anyway, the next week I went in, there's the tutor, and I thought, I was flipping nervous. How the hell am I going to go up to her and tell her about this? I'm not that flipping brave, really. And I thought, well, I can't do it now, and I waited till the end of the hours that we had. She was there doing the papers as whatever, and everybody left. The last one left, and I thought, well, in for a penny, in for a pound. I thought, it's either going to be good or bad. You're a freaking nutter, son of. So, but the thing is, what you got to think of, which I probably never have, that if a spirit asks you to do that, that person's going to be prepared for you doing it. They won't ask you if the person's going to go, what the hell are you talking about? Why don't you bog off? Anyway, so I went up to her and I said, look, I don't know whether you believe this sort of thing or not, but your sister came to me and it's just a little bit of a message, really. So if I can give that message to you. And she said, yeah, that's good. I believe that sort of thing. So I told her, I said, look, saw you. I thought, what the heck am I seeing you for? Then I saw you with you and explained all of it and what I saw and how it looked and how the person looked and whatever. But I said, it was strange to me because I thought, how can I be looking at you next to you. And I never told her the next bit. And she turned round to me and said, well, actually, everybody used to say we look like twins. The only difference was she was a little bit taller than me. I never told her that bit about the tall. So that was it really. I told her it's the impressions I was getting from her was that she knew you were there. She was there with you at the funeral. She was round about. She was there with you. She was comforting, you know, trying to comfort you and that sort of thing. So yeah, she was really pleased with that and everything. Came home. Now, by the next Thursday, what happens? Again, I don't know if it wasn't the morning of the class, but sometime before that, there is a sister, and this time she's dressed in a long, slim gown type thing. Now what I'll do is, before I put this video out, I'll have a look online and see if I can find a picture of someone in similar sort of gown or the same gown that I'm talking about. Okay, if you look at these next two photographs, this is more or less how women appear, whether they died young, whether they died as an older person. Round about that age looking, round about that in body, and it's usually in a white gown that is very, very similar to those. If you put the two together, you end up with the one that I was seeing. Yeah, it's a bit stereotype of what you imagine someone that's passed over in, but that's how they always appear. If you remember the last one I talked about, she had a sort of not a very dark sort of one, browny, that sort of colour. This time a sister had white, just the white one, and she appeared in this this white dress, gown or whatever, and she just stood there looking at me, hands down at her side, just stood there looking at me, which I suppose some people could have gone, that's bloody frightening, isn't it? But no, stood looking at me, not in any threatening way or anything, hands at the side, and with her right hand she moved the right hand over, and I'm going to have to lift my arm up because you can't see down there, but this arm was still by the side of her body. This arm she put over, and she just kept doing that on her arm, because when you do it over there, it's about here. Just kept doing that. So I thought to myself, it's got to be something to do with there. And what's that side? Rings. I thought that, no. I said, no, I am not flipping going back again. It was alright the first time. If I go back a second time, it's going to think I'm really being a flipping pain in the backside and what the hell are you up to sort of thing. I'm not doing it. She went away. A little bit later, back again. Bit harder. Like, you flipping looking at this. I'm not flipping going. Right? I'm not going. She went away. Yeah, you guessed. Come back the third time. Just stood there, arm there. her face didn't change or anything. She didn't get stern or anything, just this arm. This time it was really, you will flipping go and tell her. All right, just like any woman, innit? You know, you don't stand a flipping chance. Do it or you don't. But if you don't, then bloody trouble. It wouldn't have been like that. But after the third time, she would have gone away, and that was it. But I think, but to be honest, yeah, she come back the third time, really determined. Do this. Flipping do it. All right, go and flipping do it. Class, same sort of procedure, end of the day. Oh, here we go. Went up to her again. Sorry about this. Saw your sister again. Told her what I saw, what she looked like, the long dress, gown sort of thing. I don't know what women call it. I said all she was doing, just looking at me, doing this, got more determined. And I said, the only thing that I can assume it is, and I must be right because she was quite content to leave it at that, is it's something to do with here. And it's either a wedding coming up. I said, you should know what it is, but she's saying it's either a wedding coming up, a wedding that's been, or it's something to do with a ring on that hand, because it's that hand she's concentrating on, the wedding hand. And she said, I know what she's talking about. And she told me, she said, when she died and she had a ring on that hand. And the family got together and trying to decide, what do we do with this ring? Do we give it to so and so, or do we put it back on and bury her with it? And she said it was my decision. I had to make the decision that we put it back on her and she's buried with it. And she said, so I think she's saying to me, you made a good decision. I'm happy with that decision. I didn't have to tell her. She felt herself what it was all about from her sister. So just an affirmation to her sister. You did a good thing there. And yeah, came away, and that was it. Didn't see her anymore. Or did I? Strange thing is, town's that way, just over there. Downhill, there's the big superstore, Morrison's. And I was walking home from town, hit Morrison's, then I come up the hill. And as I came round towards Morrison's, and this was probably early afternoon, I saw her again. Not very long, in the same white dress, and sort of stood there like before, and she just raised the right hand and sort of with her thumb up like that, faded away. Never saw her again. It was just there. Thank you. And that was flipping lovely. But if I thought about it too long, I'd start bloody crying, which isn't good on film, is it? But yeah, that's another experience. And like the first one, it was beautiful. And it's nice to be able to go and take a message to someone, even if it's very short. There's very little to it. That doesn't matter. They know what it means to the person you're giving it to, I only see that fraction of it, and I pass that fraction of it on, but that fraction is probably that to me, but it's that to the person you're passing it on to, because it opens up lots of other stuff that's associated with it, and they understand it. So folks, that's paranormal number 5 of one of my really beloved experiences, and these I'll never forget. You just can't forget them, and that this was 5, maybe more years ago, 6, 7, feels like yesterday. You just never forget it. So I hope that either if you have these experiences you get good ones, or if you never had one you do, and like me, it's a good one. So if I found the picture, one will come up. Have fun, be good, as I always am. See you later. Real Goths are old Goths. It's just a bit of fun. You youngsters are bloody good little Goths. So again, have fun.